everybody. It is me. It's your boy Alexis Maurice and my co-host, Mr.
Ray Hollywood.
And it is time for a new episode of The Wind-Up. And tonight we're talking about part 2 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 14 reunion. So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine because we are about to discuss this reunion. Trey, are you drinking anything tonight?
Yeah, I got some rosé.
Oh, we ain't got no Moscato tonight. Is it? Oh, I think you lying.
No, I promise.
It's Moscato.
No, I swear.
It's Moscato.
Right hand of God. Right hand of God. It is rosé.
Put it up to the light. Let me see the color because it don't look like no. That look like Moscato to me. What
I would show you the. bottle.
You can show me all the bottle you want to. You can bring whatever receipts. If you're lying, you're lying.
No.
The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies.
Tonight, I am not drinking any wine because I ain't been able to get to the store to get some. But I am drinking on a cocktail. It's a blueberry concoction that I made on tonight. Okay. Before we begin, make sure that you like this video. Please comment as the video goes along and let us know what you're thinking. If you agree or disagree, please make sure that you share this video on all of your social media platforms. Part 2 of the reunion kicked off where we left off last time. We were talking about Marlo, everybody's favorite peach. So,
excuse me? Tell you.
A couple of things with Marlo. The biggest thing, of course, was Andy talking about her sending her 2 nephews away when she felt overwhelmed. Trey, what did you think of Marlo's reasoning when she said that she sent those boys away?
I just really still feel it's bullshit. I feel like she backpedaled when they brought it up and she was really called out about it. It's like Candy even said, when you talk about all these things that you've been through, and I sat here and I listened to you tell me what you've been through, you just basically set them up to go through the same emotions that you went through when you put them out. When you were put out, when you found a home and you felt like this was home and then you were put out of it. There's no way that you can tell me that what she did was logical or what she did was right. You're wrong. You're completely wrong, Marlo. Just bite the bullet and say you're wrong. And then she tried to say that her wording, she's working on the way she word things. Girl, no.
I kind of understood where Marlo was coming from. I do believe she kicked them boys out. She said, y'all got to go. Y'all got to get the hell up out of here.
Right.
Because I'm doing all of this for y'all and y'all are ungrateful. Y'all don't appreciate it. So bye. I'm going to teach y'all a lesson. Right, in a sense, Candy is right. And what you're saying is right as well, too. Why would you expose those boys to those same feelings that you had when you were coming up about, having to get kicked out of your foster homes? But I think for me, Trey, I kind of understand where Marlo's coming from because of the simple fact that she really didn't have that great of an example from a parental perspective. Her father wasn't present from what we understand. Her mom struggling with addiction. I think with Marlo, she got into a situation, realized that she was overwhelmed, and she was like, you know what? Let me pause. Let me hit stop. Let me reset. Let me get my shit together. And then I can possibly bring those boys back.
Well, Maurice, this is not the first season that she's been a Muntie. We've been hearing about a Muntie for 3 seasons now? Season 12, I think, 13 and 14. So this is not new. She's been a Muntie. This was just a storyline for her to have. Put them out. Yes, it was. The boys did not just move in with her. The boys been living with her.
I think those boys have been there off and on, and now that they are there full time.
Because
it was a lot.
She got a piece.
If you've never been a parent before, you've just been in that role as an uncle or a Monty. Like when you have them full time, I can kind of understand where she was coming from. It was a little overwhelming for her.
But it's not new to her. She's been in that role. Only thing it is now we're seeing it full blown because she has a peach. She's been in that role. We've been hearing about this Muntie thing since season 12.
Right. I love being an uncle. And the reason I love being an uncle is because I can choose when I want to deal with them kids. And then, okay, let me push your ass off. Let me see you back to your mom and dad. But when you have a kid full time, that's a different type of responsibility. And I think she was struggling with it. The boys wasn't respecting her. They always viewed her as just the auntie who gives us whatever we want. And then it is what it is. But she had to reset her household and herself. And she had to get things back in order. Just like with most men, when you talk about absentee fathers, some of them are absentee fathers because of they really haven't known what it's like to have a father. Some people are able to take that and say, I'm not going to do what my daddy did. I'm going to be there for my kids. And some people just don't have the tools or the resources to rise above it. And I think Marlo struggled with that just a little bit.
Well, she's struggling with that. That's what she need to focus on and stop focusing on everybody else's business. I'm pretty sure she's the one who wrote the thing about Candy sucking the dick. I'm pretty sure that was her.
Who, Marlo?
Marlo had to be the one. Marlo always the one talking about somebody.
I don't think Marlo did that. You know who I think did that?
Who wrote it? Phaedra?
I thought Kenya wrote that note saying that Candy was sucking dick up under the stairs down to the band camp or wherever it was actually happening there.
Kenya wouldn't write that. Kenya ain't write that.
So you bring everything that Marlo has been through. You don't think that Kenya could have been a little bit more compassionate with Marlo? When you think about their back and forth this season, it's very trivial. Like nothing serious happened between those ladies.
But we found out why she's still holding it. She even stated, even Andy even stated, Kenya, and she's rightfully old. She's feeling the way she feels because of what she said about her mom.
If a person's mother don't want to be bothered with them, you know something. Her mother don't want to be bothered with a person. Your mom. I talk about what I want. A mother don't want to be bothered with you, girl. That mean you evil. You're evil.
I totally get that. But since then, Kenya and Marlo have been in a better place. Even at the beginning of the season, they were more friendly with one another. But now all of a sudden, Kenya is just not here for Marlo. And Kenya is my girl. Y'all know I'm the president of Team Twirl. I was a little disappointed in her when she was trying to make it seem like trying to put Marlo's business on blast. But you've never talked about when you've been arrested and you sliced another woman's face.
This is reality TV. Give us who you are, LaToya. Give us who you are, LaToya Hutchinson.
And I didn't like that either. I didn't like that she did that either. Like, you're right. We are on reality TV, Trey.
Bring out the notes. Bring out the notes. We need the receipts and the facts. We need a.
But I didn't like that of Kenya, considering that they have similar stories. I do feel, Kenya, girl, you know I love you, but I felt like you could have been a little bit more compassionate with Marlo. Yeah. But Kenya's argument is that Marlo's inconsistent. You say one thing, but your action says something completely different. And I totally understand that.
I'm okay with it, Kenya. You put your foot on that neck in your stiletto and you do not let up.
Stiletto pumps in the club, yeah.
However you feel about Marlo or however she made you feel, you are entitled to feel how you want to. You twirl on and keep on twirling.
Reach now. Right? Fabulous. Going with the wind, fabulous. Okay? Thank you. Well, all right, man.
Speaking of Kenya, I think it's quite interesting to see you defending Kenya because you have been one of her biggest adversaries for years. So what about Kenya, season 14, that made you kind of fall in love with our USA? She's always been my queen, but why all of a sudden do you now want to join the royal court, honey?
To be completely honest with you, we all know that I had my own beef. Kenya has me blocked. Kenya, if you see this, please unblock me.
Don't unblock him because I don't trust it, girl. Don't unblock him.
Kenya has me blocked.
He's still on.
I'm lying because you tweeted her to unblock me. Support me, friend. Support me. Kenya has me blocked on Twitter and Instagram. I really appreciate to be unblocked because I saw a difference in Kenya when she had her baby. It was just I saw a different light, and I had my reasoning for not liking who I didn't like. Like I don't like Nene because I don't like Nene. You know what I'm saying?
What?
And
that sounds like a reason, Trey.
Okay, I'll give you a reason. I don't like Nene because Nene just doesn't seem like a real friend.
Okay, girl, bye.
I didn't like Sanya because she just really doesn't give me anything. She's just there.
She's just there?
She's just there. She's just filling in a peach.
Welcome back to...
But I didn't like Kenya because I felt like some of her things she did was unnecessary. And you know, I'm very big on relationships. And I felt like some of the actions that Kenya took between Phaedra and Apollo's relationship, I really didn't like. And that was where I began to not like her. And then, of course, you know, I love Portia and she was beefing with Portia. But it started to see a different Kenya when she had her baby. And just like David noted on this reunion, we see a new light in Kenya. And I feel like this is actually genuinely her.
Here's the thing with people like you just go whatever the wind blows. This Kenya has always been present, okay? I've known this Kenya since the beginning of time. Kenya has always been going up against people like Nene and Portia and Phaedra and people hating on her for no reason. Kenya never starts a fight, but she will finish the fight.
Now,
she will finish the fight. In the past couple of years, she has always been fighting these girls for no reason. These girls attack her. Just like they say, every new person who comes on the show always tries to come out and go against Kenya because she's the easy target. It's easy to make her the villain. But Kenya is not the villain. And I think that you guys have finally been able to see the person we know has always been there.
Like I said, I'm not saying it wasn't there, but I wasn't seeing it because of other things that I didn't like.
You were blinded.
The whole
Sounds like you were blinded.
Yes, I had my reasons of why I couldn't see maybe what she was giving. living back then, but we're here now.
Now, let's talk about another thing that Kenya kind of said at one point during the season. So as you know, her and Sanya had their back and forth in Jamaica. At one point, when things got a little too hot in the kitchen, Sanya's husband got up and he was like, hold up, y'all are not going to talk to my wife this way.
Hold on, please. I don't rock like that. Don't with my wife.
Ray, did you think when he did that, do you think that he was being aggressive?
I don't think that it was being aggressive. However, we know that Kenya spoke on that. I think her reason of saying it is because at that time, like she said, she hasn't had a man to stand up and fight any battles for her. He had nobody by her side like all these other women have had. You know what I'm saying? Even when she was with Mark, he still wasn't there at the reunion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I get where she was coming from. I just felt like what he could have did was when he stood up, maybe just said, let's just stop.
I never saw it as aggressive. He saw his wife drowning.
She always do. She always, yep.
No, don't do that.
You see her when she be drowning in her clothes that she be wearing? Because baby be so big. She just like, it just be so big. Her mama turned 59 and her mama look good. You need to go look at her mama Instagram. Her mama dressed better than her. How your mama dressed better than you?
Listen, you is not going to come from Sanya. You is not going to come from Sanya. But
since we're talking about men, let me go ahead and ask you something. They had this situation with the assistant, Anthony. With Sheree had the audacity to actually call him on FaceTime. What do you feel about him backpedaling from what he said at one point? Because like Andy said it, he said it on the show. He was saying that I don't think I said this. He said it on the show. So that's one thing I got to say about these punks. They always want to say one thing and then
wait a minute. They got to switch back
because that's what he is. There's definitions to some words, and I feel like his actions.
Okay, Webster.
His actions is of a punk. My question for you is, what do you think about what he said? Do you believe he said what to? He said what he said to Sheree, what he said to Drew?
So here's the thing. I always believe this. Two things can be true at the same time. I believe he told Drew and Raph, all of their 17,000 assistants that they have in their house, that Sheree don't pay her bills. I also believe that he told Sheree that Ralph is a homosexual. I believe he said all of that stuff. I think that he was playing both sides. He said what he said. He got caught up in some BS. He showed up on the reunion because Sheree FaceTimed him. Drew had a recording of him. I think Anthony is just saying what needs to be said so he can be seen. But ultimately, whose side did he side with? Sheree.
Because you even heard when he said, I just felt like Drew used that. She didn't have no storyline. And you saw Andy was like, okay, all right, come on, hang up.
That's all we needed.
Okay, girl, bye.
This is all we needed.
Bye.
Okay, girl, bye.
Sheree did that shit that I do. Okay, you saying this? Sheree didn't say a word. She got her phone.
Always listening to that call.
While we was listening to Drew telling her lies. She was just, Anthony, hi, we're at the reunion. So you can see this. We're at the reunion. Were you ever my assistant? No.
That was a lie because you had it saved in your phone as an assistant.
As assistant.
But why would you put him as assistant if he wasn't an assistant?
Well, in that case, you should be in her phone as liar. That's her title.
Sheree be lying.
Or whatever. Sheree, you know what? Yama told Sheree a long time ago she need to stop with all of these mirrors or all of these things that she got going on.
I'm sitting here face to face with you, and there's some things that I see, sense, feel about you that, it's clear to me that you're not willing to hear or accept.
We love you, Sheree, just as you are. So you don't have to try to be somebody that you're not or who you think we want you to be. Just be you, girl, because you are enough, okay? You are good enough all by yourself. So, Trey, question. You kind of hinted on it just a little bit, but what did you think of Sanya as a housewife?
She doesn't do anything for the show. What does she do for the show? She takes us to Jamaica and show us where she ran track at. Welcome. She talks about having another baby.
Welcome. And the fact that her and her husband have been conflicted about having another baby. Do you understand where Sanya was coming from as far as not wanting to commit to another baby because she feels that Ross isn't there all of the time? Like, do you understand where she's coming from when she says that?
The only time we didn't really see Ross there is when she got into her horrible car accident and Drew went to go save her. And the other time we always see he there. So we don't know really how often he is there or he is not there. I feel like that's a bad excuse.
Right.
When you have 15 people living in your home, you're going to have help somewhere.
That's the part that confused me just a little bit because Ross is off in Texas or whatever states that you guys have your businesses, rebuilding your concierge business. So it's not like he's just out all that, and like they say Todd do sometimes.
And like Ralph do. Right.
Or whatever. But he's out rebuilding the business. So in my opinion, if I was her, I'm not in no marriage with you, girl. My man is out trying to make a better living for life for all of us. So if I just have to hold down the people, the kids here, then I'll do that. But on top of it, like she has help. Like her sister, her brother-in-law, their kid, her mom, and the dad are all there. It's not like she's just going to be struggling by herself. She has some support. I know it's different to have your mate be supportive, but if he's out trying to make a better life for us, then girl, relax.
And that's what Drew was trying to say when she was trying to give her advice. She was like, to make things work, you should do that for him. There's not many men who want to have another baby. It's usually the other way around, right? It's just another woman who want to have another baby and the man don't want to have one. To have a man who's out making money for y'all, getting y'all business, who's fine as he is.
He is fine, child. That's a fine
man. Look, some men don't want their wife and parents living in their home. So for him to also be okay with that, and your sister staying there, maybe if you don't open them legs, spread it wide to get that man another child.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this recap of part 2 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Again, make sure that you like this video. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we will see you guys next week to conclude part 3. You don't like saying it, but you can mimic what she be saying.
She ain't create that sound. She ain't create that sound.
Get a woman a break.